Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, welcome back. What is that song? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, I didn't really watch that show because when it came on, then I was like, up, time to turn. So I can't tell you what it was about. Anyway, today will be a little bit noisy because I have the fan on, I have the window open, and I got gloves on because I've been washing my hands a lot today. And so the gloves are helping me cut down and be mindful of washing my hands and not washing my hands so much. So today, guys, I'm gonna do quick things. I'm gonna do a different video later on, but quick things. I started my gardening today. I'm so happy. And my mushrooms are growing again. I'm so happy. So today's topic is abundance and manifesting. So when you manifest, I'm going to help you out. And this is for those of you, sorry, let's back up. I'm so sorry. When you want to manifest things, you are probably looking at all these stations and channels, and it's just like, man, how do they manifest? And what are their tips and secrets to manifesting and all these different things? I'm going to help you out. I'm going to definitely help you out. Please do this. Be very mindful and get to yourself when you do this. Look back over your life. And when you look back over your life, look at all the things that you've manifested. Like things that you really wanted and you got them, or things that you really wanted and it didn't happen. Look at all those situations and try to, if you can, try to at least get between 5 and 10 different examples. Now, when you do that, what I want you to do is, how did you ask? How did you feel? What were your actions? Excuse me. When you were thinking about what it is that you wanted to manifest, were you thinking about it in detail? Like, did you just say, I want a house and just leave it at that? I want a spouse and leave it at that? I want kids and leave it at that? Or did you go into detail, but like, oh man, I want a 2-story house with 1 billion acres of land and 2 trees and 1 duck and 1 llama and 1 alpaca. Like, I'm serious. Like, did you go into like detail, or did you just ask? So you need to look and you need to see what happened. Like, what were your actions, what were your inactions and all that. And so when I did this, y'all, I went back and I did this a few years ago. So I've been doing and testing out, just being my own test dummy type person. And like, y'all, I have results. And so from there, you need to look and see, okay, did my actions change? Most likely they did. So for me, my actions changed. Not only did I go into great detail for the things that I manifested that I wanted, my attitude changed, my actions changed, my mindset changed. So I had changes in all those different things. For some of those things, yes, I did ask repeatedly. You hear some people say, ask once and be done. You hear other people say, ask repeatedly. I just went back to look to see my history. Like, I'm sorry, we are always manifesting. Man, I need to get my water, but it's so far away. Hold on, y'all. I am so sorry. That was rude, but I am thirsty. So sorry. But yeah, instead of looking and watching everybody else with their videos, remember how I'm always telling you, like, you are your own guru. Look back at your own history and see, like, did you ask a lot of times? Did you not ask a lot of times? Did you ask somebody who you felt was outside of you and get repeated results? Did you know that it was coming from inside of you and get repeated results? Like, everything, I'm telling you, I'm dead serious. Look at everything. And then for me, I was definitely detailed. There are some outstanding requests that I had made And I'm looking back and I'm like, what the HE were you thinking? Like, y'all, I was just like dead serious about wanting these things, but clearly I wasn't dead serious. Like, I didn't go into detail. No detail at all. It was like, I'm dead serious. Like, ooh, I want a house. I want to be married. I want this. And that was it. And then later on, this is so funny. This is so funny for me. It's not funny for a lot of people. But for me, then I was like, okay, so wait, do you want to be married? And once I started going into detail about it, I was like, heck no. I don't want to be married. I don't want to be married. Like, that's too much weight. That's too much weight, y'all. So yeah, that got kicked off my list. Like, that was kicked off my list a little while ago. And so that's just funny. And so the same thing, like, y'all do the same thing with everything. Make sure you go into great detail, because you might be like, what the, I don't want that. Or you might be like, oh man, like, I left out some details. Like, this is who I am right now, and these are definitely important, and I need these things. So look at all those things. After you have your details, your actions, your mindset, your actions. Let's go back to actions. Actions are very serious for me. This is where I have messed up a whole lot in the past. And I'm going to give you an example. It's really weird, but I'm going to give you an example, and I'm going to do the example of hair, because hair is on my head right now, and it's easier for me to do a hair example and then relate it to money, a house, a spouse, kids, or whatever. So our mindset is, in our head, we want long hair, right? And so my hair right now, let's pretend my hair just comes and it stops at my shoulder. Let's pretend Let's pretend my hair stops at my shoulder. And so it's like, but I want really long hair. So you think about it, you have to know at least how long your hair wants to be, right? Yeah? Okay, so we have the details. We've asked, whether we asked internally, externally, we're asking, we're petitioning, whoever it is that we petition. And so then your hair starts to grow. And that's a good thing. So we've all experienced this, where we have the good part that comes, right? And so your hair, aside from my hair, y'all, we get our hair and it starts to grow, and then it grows a little bit longer. And then it's like, oh man, we've passed this threshold right here. And so we're happy. And so then our thoughts, we have to maintain our thoughts. So when we wanted long hair, before we had the long hair, we got the hair, it passed the threshold where it always broke off, and we're here now. Do not, your mindset can go two different ways. I'm gonna do up and down. So when your mindset goes down, it's like, oh man, it made it here. Now it's probably gonna start and it's gonna break off. Something's gonna happen. I need to be careful. You know, it doesn't ever go past that length. Like, I hope it continues to grow. It might not, but I hope it does. You see what I'm saying? You have a negative thought and then you're spiraling down with it. Now let's have our positive thought. Oh man, my hair is growing and it's so freaking long and it's healthy as well. I am so glad. I'm going to continue to take care of it, and it's going to continue to grow. And I just love my hair. Like, I'm beautiful no matter what, but I just love that my hair is growing. And so guess what? Your hair is growing, right? And so once your hair is growing, it's just like, you get to here where your hair is like down to here, and it's just like those thoughts come up again. So you have to be mindful with your thoughts. Do you take that thought and be like, okay, so my hair has got there, like I've never had hair that long before in my life, so that's probably going to be about as long as it gets, you know, and it is what it is, but I still like it that long. It's not where I wanted it to be, but it's long enough. You see how my thought, it went down. That's what's going to happen. Like, it's just down, because I am so used to my hair not growing and all this stuff. Like, I'm in this pattern and this mindset of this negative stuff, because I mean, what does it look like for me to have long hair? Like, I don't know, because my hair is always, you see what I'm saying? So that's a down spiral. We need the up spiral. Keep in mind, you always want to spiral up. And so it's just like, oh man, so my hair is long. I'm so grateful that my hair is long. Man, I'm taking care of it. I'll make sure that I take care of it. Be mindful that I'm not tangling it up, and make sure that I keep it in protector style so that it can continue to grow. And then when it gets, make sure that it's really healthy, then I can let it be free and do whatever it wants. And guess what? Let me try to scoot it some more. Your hair is gonna grow and grow and grow and grow. And yeah, y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. And so it's just like, you have to be mindful of your mindset, right? So, let's take that same thing, because I was able to show you with the hair. So it helps me when I can actually show you stuff. We're going to take that same example. We're going to do it with money, right? Because a lot of people, when they want to manifest something, it deals with money, or it's tied to money or something. So a lot of people like jump up and down for money. So same thing, guys. It's definitely, you're going to have to change your mindset. You're going to have to correct your mindset. You're going to have to look at your habits, your thoughts, change those thoughts. And also, this is something else that I have done that I see. I have also changed my actions. So if I wanted, let's say, longer hair, then it's not like I continue to do my hair every 5 seconds, which I didn't do anyway. But you know, that wasn't anything that I would continue to do. Like, I would have to make sure that I'm taking care of my hair and being gentle with my hair and loving on my hair and making sure that I'm, you know, if my hair needs oil, then oiling it. If it needs grease, then greasing it. That's something that a lot of people get stuck on too. Sorry, this is a tangent. They get stuck on stuff with hair, and they want to watch all these hair videos on how to take care of their hair. A lot of people, black children, when you were young, you had some long hair, right? Your mama put grease in your hair, your mama put oil in your hair, whatever she did. And so then you start watching these videos as an adult, and the women are like, don't put grease in your hair, you got to put oil in your hair, and you got to do this, and you can't comb your hair. But your mama did. Your mama did all that. So why would you change it just because somebody who isn't you, who doesn't have your hair, is telling you what to do and not to do with your hair? Like, y'all, if you are in a financial situation where you got grease, you ain't got oil, you got grease, then use the grease. What it is you are taking care of your hair. Your mama took care of your hair. When you decided that you wanted to be grown and you wanted to do your hair, you probably let your hair be free. You probably did your hair every chance that you could after you got home from school and everything else, and then it started breaking off. Your mama didn't do all that. So back off my tangent, guys. What I definitely want to make sure that you know is what I tell you every single time. You hold the key. You hold the answers. And so your mindset. Let's all look at money, right? And so when we look at money, we get this amount of money. It can be from our paycheck. Sometimes we get bonuses. Sometimes we get bonuses or raises or whatever the case is. There's something that happens and we get a little extra on our paycheck. Or we get another gig and we have this client that we weren't expecting. And this client is just like, how much is this session right here? And you tell them how much that session is. And then they pay more than that session because they're like, okay, well, I know I'm gonna need at least 4 sessions. And so you're like, oh, okay, yes. Now, how can I help you? And so it's just like, you know, it's just is what it is. And so you get this, at the end of the day, you get this money, right? Let's say you have this much money. And so I'm gonna put it down here. Your thing is that you want this much money. So you need to get from here all the way up to here. So we have this mindset that we need to deal with, right? In the very beginning, your mindset is, this is how much money I have. Now, what I better do is I better save this money because something's going to come up, something's going to happen, and I'm going to need that money. Or I bet not use all that money to get the stuff that I want. I better just get one thing that I want, not everything that I want. And it's just like, you're missing the point. Because if you look back before you got that sum of money, there was probably something that you said that you wanted, right? And so now you have the money, but you want to save it? What do you want from me? Do you want to save money? Like, you just want money to save it, or do you want these things? And so I'm pretending that I'm the universe for you guys. And so it's just like, I don't know what you want. Like, I just sent you money, but you're not even using it to get what you want. And so then you're just sitting there and it's like, okay, so this is, we're going to have, how do I do this? So this is our thing again, right? We're going to have the spiral up and we're going to have the spiral down. So the spiral down was, this is my money. If I spend it, I'm going to have less. And I'm going to be broke again. I'm going to be back to living paycheck to paycheck, whatever the case is. We're spiraling down. Or we can get this money and we can be like, you know what? I am so grateful that I got this money. Now I can go get that blah, blah, blah that I want, that Apple phone, that Apple Watch, whatever it is that you want. Why do I keep holding the crooked? I can go get that blah, blah, blah that I want. And you're spiraling up. And then it's like, when you go make that transaction, it's like, I am so grateful that I have this money and I still have money left over. This feels so freaking great. See what I'm saying? You're spiraling up. You're doing action. You're not just sitting there thankful that you have money. You're showing that you're grateful that you have the money because you're actually using it. Yes, it is really hard if you come from a background that you are always in need of money. Trust me, I know. I was a single parent and I'm still going to school while I have my child. And daycare back then was $125 a week. So yeah, you ain't got to tell me about no financial struggles. But I never went without. I never missed paying rent. Never got evicted. None of that. So, yes, I know all about financial this, and that, and your mindset. That's why I'm telling you to change your mindset. And so you get to a point where it's just like spiral up. Okay, remember with the hair. Now we're doing it with money. You want to spiral up. And so you spiral up. And when you spiral up, you get more money, right? So when you get more money, same thing, y'all. It's the exact same thing. Same thing with the hair. The hair grew a little bit. We don't get the woe is me's or it's going to break off. We get a little bit more money. We don't do the same thing. We don't sit there and be like, oh man, I'm going to sit on that money. I'm going to sit on that money. I'm not going to invest it. I'm not doing nothing. Or you can be like, you know what? I've been wanting blah, blah, blah. I am so freaking glad I got this money. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm going to buy it. And I'm going to be so freaking grateful that I got that money so that I can buy X, Y, and Z. And then you go buy it. And as you're buying it, you're still freaking grateful that you got that money in your account. And you can also do another thing that I would do is go to your account and look at it. Because, I mean, for real, I'm about to be dead honest. When I had $20 in my account, do you think I logged in to check to see that $20? No, I didn't. I knew I had that $20. And so it was just like, I wasn't going to check. But then time changed. And so it's like, now I have money in my account and it's just like, let me go check and see. Oh, yeah. That looks good, y'all. That looks good. And so, yeah, you are so freaking happy and you change on everything. And so for me, my mindset, so go back into detail, blah, 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 blah. Go into detail, like who, what, all of the above. Who are you? Like, who is this new you? Who is the Danielle that is going to have this money, have this long hair, have this house? What are the actions that you're going to be doing? And so I'm making sure that my actions are aligning as well. Like, I always know that I'm supposed to be eating better and all that. So like, y'all, I'm working on it. And I'm so glad that just because you want to manifest this right here doesn't mean you have to have all this in line before it happens. So you can manifest this right here and still want to be eating healthy. You just doing it out of order. You here, now you got to work on this. And so, sorry, y'all. And so just mindset, when you are falling into those old habits, old mindsets and everything, change. You always want to spiral up. So I guess from this video, you want to remember spiral up, okay? Make sure that your mindset, your actions and everything spirals up. And just think of the universe. I'm gonna give you one more example and then I'll be done. So just think that the universe, when I say universe, y'all can think, if you are in church, you can think of whoever it is that you serve, God, Jesus, universe, creator, sun, mother nature, ancestors, whoever it is, whoever. Okay. So when you are in that mindset and you're trying to manifest, you can just imagine if you are giving conflicting thoughts, the universe, God, whoever is going to give you what it is that you are focusing on the most. Okay, so this is what I want. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. So let's say that I want the money. And so it's like, oh man, I want this money. I want to be a multi-millionaire. And I want this, and this. And I'm going to be so happy. And I'm going to get this. And you're doing all this. And then you're like, but I don't have any money right now. And I don't even have a job. And I don't even know what I want to do right now. I don't have no friends. I don't have nothing. And just all these negative things. Like if you're putting all your focus on this right here, it doesn't matter how much you want this right here. You're putting all your focus on this right here. This is what you're going to get. And not only is that what you're going to get, but if you're sitting there like, oh man, I want to move into this house, but I got bad credit, I ain't got no money, and just all these things right there. Like if you don't have because of this, then you're focusing on this negative credit. Guess what? The universe, God, whoever is going to make sure that they're manifesting you having that funky credit that's keeping you from doing whatever you want to do, because that's what you're focusing on. So that's what's going to happen. And it can come in any form, y'all. Like you have to be careful because it can come in any form. It can come in so many ways that things keep attacking your credit, whether it's something happens and you don't have money to pay these bills, or something happens and you forget to pay the bills, or anything, and then it just keeps damaging your credit. But that's what you wanted, right? You wanted the bad credit because that's what's keeping you from moving into this house, instead of you focusing on moving into this house and being so grateful, and you're gonna cut the grass, and you're gonna just be all you're going to have your Vitamix to take with you. Instead of you focusing on all those thoughts, you're focusing on the negative. So the negative is what's going to come to pass for you. If you're scared to move to a new house or scared to move to a new city for whatever reason, all those things are going to come true because that's what you want. You want all those things to be your reasoning, your excuse for you not doing what you feel is best for you. So yeah, you focus on the negative, you're going to get the negative. You focus on the short hair breaking off and cutting off and doing all that, that's what's going to happen. So just make sure that you spiral up, guys. When you spiral up, make sure your actions spiral up as well. Don't sit there and say that you want to have this house and in your house you're going to be exercising, you're going to be walking outside and sunbathing and picking apples and eating fresh food and home cooked meals, but then really on your time right now what you doing is you eating that fast food joints every day, and you laying on your butt like, did my alarm go off? My alarm is the birds and the sun, but I'm act like I ain't doing nothing because I'm just gonna stay in this bed all day. Like, come on now. Or I'm just gonna go to work, and when I come home from work, then I'm just gonna continue to do nothing. I ain't even gonna work on my spiritual journey. I ain't working on nothing. I'm just gonna be here. If it happened, it happened. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, those are just ho-hums. Like, what? So anyway, guys, I really do hope you get it. Make sure you spiral up. And when you spiral up, it's going to happen every single time. Like, once you get to where you are mindfully manifesting, you've always manifested. Please hear me on this. You have always manifested. Once you get to where you want to stop always manifesting whatever, and you actually want to mindfully manifest, remember me, like I wanted the house, I wanted the spouse, I wanted this, and this, but I never did actually put out the details for anything. And then when I started doing the details, I was like, I don't want to be married. Like, I don't want to be married. And so it's like, get to the point where you are looking at going from manifesting whatever to actually mindfully manifesting. And so when you mindfully manifest, you're going to have to stay mindful about your thoughts and everything. Once you get it down pat and it's like, okay, I got it, and this is how I mindfully manifest, it'll be cool and you'll be good to go, and you can move on with the next and the next and the next and the next. And you really do see how you are creating your life versus just sitting there and whatever happens. Like, get out of that mindset, because that's not what this channel does here. We don't do whatever happens. And so once you get there, then it's like, okay, so I just wanted to make sure that I bring that to your attention. Stop going to everybody else trying to see what other people are doing to manifest. You have your own examples in your past. You know the keys. Now, I am just doing this video to make sure that I emphasize some things that you may have overlooked or just not even thought to look at. So I hope this video is really helpful for you in manifesting and mindfully manifesting. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feedback, blah, 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 you want to give examples even of things that you have manifested, please feel free to leave it in the comment section below. If you like this video, or even if you want to hear more content that's like this on manifestation or anything, please give me a thumbs up. Put in the comment section so I know that that's what you want to manifest. And then be sure to subscribe to my channel because I do give this type of content and more. Hit the notification bell so that you are notified as soon as I upload a video, which I try to do on a daily basis for you guys. Until then, y'all have a great day and keep smiling, y'all. All right, bye, y'all.